Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to make this video. You guys know I'm really into personal development, and if I can encourage more people to get into it as much as I am, then I would love to. So this video is inspired by a video I've actually talked about here on my channel, which is, I actually wrote it down. I've actually written my notes down. It's by Tony Robbins, and it's called Feeling Lost? How to Find Yourself Again. So I'm gonna link that video down below in case you haven't checked it out. You can watch it. It'll help you understand this video a lot better. But to summarize that video, he basically gives like a formula for happiness. I know it sounds, you have to really listen to these things with an open mind, including this video. It's a formula for happiness, and he introduces two concepts. Well, not really concepts, but he talks about your life condition. Your life condition is basically where you are currently in your life right now, in terms of different aspects of your life. And then he also talks about your blueprint for success. This is now in different areas or aspects of your life. So your blueprint is basically just what you think you should be in order to be successful, or where you think you should be, and if you're at that place, then to you you're successful. And it's based on so many factors, like just what you grew up seeing, what you're exposed to in your environment, intrinsically what you feel success looks like or should be to you. It's based on very many factors, but we all have this story that we've told ourselves that, you know, if we're here, that's when we're successful. So now what he says, in what he proposes in this video, is that the difference between your life condition, or where you are in life currently, and your blueprint for success, the difference between the two determines or lets you know your level of happiness or unhappiness. So if the two match, meaning your life condition or where you are in life right now matches with your blueprint or the story or where you think you should be in order to be successful, if the two match, then you're happy. And if your life story and your blueprint are really far away from each other, then you're unhappy. That's basically what the video is all about, and he gives really excellent examples. So first of all, he encourages you to divide your life into different categories, because generally it's much easier for you to analyze a category rather than your life as a whole. So there's career, there's finances, there's romantic relationships, friendships, family relationships, there's health and fitness, more or less those kind of categories. The sun is messing for us. So there are all those different categories, and then you're able to determine your life condition in each vis-a-vis your blueprint for success for each of those categories. It's much easier when you do it like that. And he gives excellent examples. So you know how you can have two people who are more or less in the same situation, but then they respond completely differently to their circumstances, and you just can't seem to figure out why. So let's say you have two people who are both, let's say, the same weight and are both struggling with weight, but then one of them is completely happy about where they are, and they're completely happy about their weight. It doesn't affect them. They don't feel, they love their bodies. And then you could have someone with the exact same weight who is just almost depressed about their weight, and it's all they talk about, and it's just, you know, they're just quite depressed about their situation. So this is how Tony Robbins explains it. He says, yes, their life condition is more or less the same. I mean, they both have the same weight issues, but their blueprints are different, because the one who is happy with her body or his body and loves it, and, you know, doesn't let weight weigh them down, then they're happy because their blueprint is different from the other person whose unhappy with their weight. So the one who's happy with their weight, maybe their blueprint is that they eat healthy. For them, they don't care how they look. Maybe they grew up knowing that, you know, weight is never an issue. You're still beautiful no matter your size. Maybe they grew up around an environment like that. So the story they have for success in terms of weight has actually nothing to do with the weight, and it's more just health. You know, I'm eating healthy, and you know, and they're actually eating healthy, so they're happy with themselves, they're happy with their weight, as opposed to the other person who maybe the blueprint they have for success in terms of weight is the one society has set for us, which is that we should look a certain way, we should be thin, we should have abs, we should look like this, we should look like this. So the fact that their life condition is so far off from their blueprint, that's what makes them unhappy. Yes, it's actually such a simple concept, but then it's such an eye-opening concept. So earlier this week I had a revelation, and I know that sounds so dramatic, but I'm gonna share with you guys that revelation. But basically in this video, what Tony Robbins says is to change your life, and especially if you're stuck in a place where you feel unhappy and you want to change that, to change your life, what you need to do is either one, change your life condition to match your blueprint, or you could change your blueprint such that you adjust your blueprint such that your life condition comes close or even matches the blueprint. Or the third one, which is the best, is to change both your life condition and your blueprint for success in whatever area it is. So I've watched this video a couple of times, and it also got me thinking, because he said how our blueprints can be affected by different things, and especially now in this day and age, it's really difficult, or there's a lot of pressure, a lot of peer pressure from different sides than there was before, especially because of social media. And I really got to thinking about that. It's really easy for you to change your blueprint based on different things. Even just the circle, the people who you hang out with, they can make you adjust your blueprint subconsciously. But so can social media on a really much larger scale. So social media can change your blueprint without you even realizing. We spend a lot of time on social media. We're exposed to different kinds of people from all walks of life, from all over the world. They're sharing, of course, the best parts of themselves, and being exposed to all these different kinds of people, and for, you know, a long periods of time, can make you kind of adjust your blueprint without even knowing. And you start asking yourself, is what I wanted even enough? Is it wrong that I don't want more? Should I want more? And then slowly by slowly you kind of start shifting your blueprint, or what you think success looks like in your life. So you start to think, am I doing it right? I mean, so and so and so and so and so and so are doing it like this, and according to everyone on social media, they seem to be successful in this area. So is what I want enough? Am I actually doing it right? And then slowly by slowly you actually just start adjusting your blueprint, possibly without realizing. Let me give you guys an amazing example. We could have, let's say, a content creator, and when they get into the content creation space, their blueprint for success is that they're going to create content that they love, content that is really fulfilling to them. You know, that when they're in that process of creating that content, they're actually just expressing themselves, and it's so fulfilling to them. And you know, when they look at that piece of content, they're like, yes, you know, they just derive a lot of fulfillment from that, one. And then two, they also want that piece of content to inspire people. They don't necessarily specify how many people, they just want it to inspire, even if it's the one person who watches it, or the two people, or the three people who watch it. Maybe that is that content creator's blueprint for success. But then they get on social media and they begin to see other content creators, and they start to see, okay, so and so is getting PR packages to unbox every other day, and then every other post of theirs is sponsored, so brands are obviously recognizing them. And then you see, hiya, so and so is now on an interview, a big interview, she's on radio, she's on TV, people are really recognizing her. And you slowly by slowly, when you get you're spending a lot of time on social media, and you're seeing more and more creators in this kind of a space, so slowly by slowly you start to adjust your blueprint, because you start asking yourself, is what I want enough? Or is the mark of success in content creation getting PR, being recognized by brands and by media houses, and being invited for interviews? Is that what is the mark of success in content creation? Is what I want enough? Just wanting to derive fulfillment from creating content, that can be good enough. For me to be successful in content creation, I need to be getting the PR and the interviews and the sponsorships. So slowly by slowly, this content creator starts to adjust their blueprint, maybe knowingly, maybe unknowingly. And then one day they wake up, well, not one day, but gradually they realize that they're actually quite unhappy. And the reason why they're unhappy is because their life condition and their blueprint for success in content creation are so far away from each other. Because where they are right now, maybe they are just starting out, or even if they're not starting out, maybe they're not getting as many sponsorships as the creators they're seeing online are getting, and maybe where they are right now, it's maybe not possible. Maybe they're not getting the recognition they think they should be getting, because I don't know, maybe they're not that established in the industry. So this person has changed their blueprint because of what they're being exposed to on social media, online. And when they shift their blueprint, and their life condition and blueprint are now so far apart from each other, they find themselves being unhappy. They no longer want to create content, and it's just it's a mess. But like I said, it's not just social media, but social media definitely is like amplifies everything, and just, yeah, it really just amplifies everything. And I'm part of the, well, I wouldn't say problem, but I'm sure that people who sit and say, wow, Joanna has made a career out of YouTube, Joanna now has a big cosmetics brand, or she bought a car, or, and then you start feeling like what you wanted for your life maybe is not even the things that I have, but you start thinking, is what I want for my life enough? If this is what influencers are doing, and the people you're following on social media, you know, they're taking trips and they're doing this, it's not even what you wanted for your own life, but you just start to think, is what I wanted even enough, or should I be wanting what these people have? And it's such a slow, the thing is, I feel like it's such a gradual change that happens that you don't even realize that it's happening. But now the thing is, again, you can't, you're only responsible for yourself, because social media will always be there. We love social media, we enjoy it, it will always be there, but the only person who you can control and who you have responsibility over is yourself. So it's up to you to decide how you're going to take what you're seeing online, and not just online, like I said, but how you're taking your peers' successes. And it's up to you to regulate how you take that information. So the action points, it begins a lot with self-awareness. You have to become quite aware of, one, your life condition, and you have to, okay, this is what I suggest. I suggest you take yourself out to a place where you can think. For some people, that's like a busy coffee place. Take yourself out there. For some people, it's like in nature. For some people, it's just in your room alone, but just somewhere where you know you can think, and you know you can be really honest with yourself. Sit down with a pen and a paper, put your phone away, distractions away, and then just commit to being honest with yourself. If you need to pray before you start and tell God, open up my mind and help me be honest with myself, do it. But sit down and ask yourself, what's my blueprint for success? So write down all the different categories: career, finances, romantic relationships, friendships, family relationships, health and fitness. Write down all those categories, and then for each category, write down what your blueprint for success in that category is. And just write down everything that when you think about success for yourself in that category, what comes to mind. And don't worry about anyone judging. No one can see you. So just really be honest with yourself. And then after you've done that, go through each point you've written and ask yourself, is this what will make me happy? Or is this what society says will make me happy? Is this what social media or what I've been exposed to on social media says will make me happy? So let's say, for example, in health and fitness, you want a flat stomach. And to you, when you get a flat stomach, that for you is success in that area. Ask yourself, why do I want a flat stomach? Is it because society has said a flat stomach is what's attractive? Is it because society has said and social media has said, you know, for you to be considered to have a good body, you have to have a flat stomach and you have to have abs? Or is it what I genuinely want, and is it what will genuinely make me happy? So do that for every single category. So in finances, for example, if you write down, for you success is being, I don't know, having 1 million shillings in the bank, and you've written that down, and that's the mark of success for you in finance, that at any given point you always have 1 million shillings in your bank. You need to ask yourself, is this what's gonna make me happy? Is it because society has said that having lots of money in the bank is what makes you successful financially? You know, you have to be so open, and it's a hard exercise, but you have to be so open and so honest with yourself. And yeah, and maybe for some people you'll realize, I actually don't care if I have 1 million shillings in the bank. Maybe you realize that for me, and now this is for me personally, for me it's never been about how much money I have in the bank. For me, being financially successful is me being able to tell my family, hey guys, we're going on a vacation to Jamaica for a week. You know, just being able to do things for people I love, but not, rather than, you know, having 1 million shillings in the bank or having a net worth of this many millions. So be honest with yourself in each and every single category, and cancel out the things that you've put there, or the stories you've created for yourself based on what you see on social media and based on what society has dictated is a mark of success in that particular category. So yeah, so think hard. You have all the answers are within you. Think about things that made you happy in each category in the past when you did them. They don't have to conform to what society has set as the standard for success in that category, but just know you have all the answers. It's you. It's like, it's your blueprint. So you have all the answers. And then after you do that, now think about your life condition. Where are you now? And what can you now do to start working towards achieving this blueprint? For some categories, you'll actually realize that you're quite happy in that area because your blueprint and your life condition match. For some, you have to put in the work. The thing is, blueprints constantly change. They constantly change with time. Now, I've said you have to be really, really honest with yourself. So don't set blueprints that don't try and match your blueprint with your life condition such that you're in a position where you don't even need to do any work whatsoever. You're just relaxing. You're like, my life condition is that I live in my parents' house, and that's good enough. So you set your blueprint as that, and you're not ever working towards moving out of your parents' house. Be honest with yourself. You know your own potential. The answers are within you. You know your own potential, so you know what kind of blueprint for success you can set in each category for yourself. Be honest, just be honest. So now on to my own personal revelation that I had this week. You know, I'm an emotional eater. I'm a serious emotional eater. So this week on one of my emotional eating binges, I started thinking about, because I've been feeling, I don't use the word unhappy because that seems extreme, but let's go with unhappy, especially in terms of my career, specifically my business. So I sat down and I started asking myself, because you know, of course, when you're emotional eating, you're not really dealing with a problem, and it's better to deal with a problem. So I said, I'm gonna deal with this problem. So I started thinking, why am I feeling unhappy where my career is concerned, where my business is concerned? So I started, the video came to mind, and I watched it again, and I started thinking, or I started now writing what this story is I have for a successful business. And some of the things I was writing, I was like, what? I don't even want this, but this seems to be the story I've set, or the mark of success I've set. You know, some of the things were, you know, I'm gonna be this power woman, you know, with power suits, and I'm gonna have an office with all these employees who I have great relationships with, you know, and I'm gonna be this respected person because of my business, and you know, I'm gonna have all these awards and all these accolades. So first, when I was looking at that list, I was like, what on earth? These are not even things I want. But then I realized that it's just influences like social media and just what society dictates a successful business to be that have influenced the blueprint that I had set for success in my own business. And you know, the thing is that some of these influences have come from very positive YouTube videos. They've come from very positive YouTube videos, and you watch them and you see this and you're like, yes, you feel empowered, but you know, it adjusts your blueprint to something you didn't even want in the first place. Oh, and let me add something about the social media or whatever it is. Once you've done that exercise and you're confident and you believe in your own blueprint, then you can be able to go on social media and look at other people's successes and be happy for them, genuinely happy for them, and say that's for them. You know, if that's their blueprint, then that's for them. That's not for me. It's not even what I want. So you can watch content and consume content without feeling bad and without subconsciously adjusting your own blueprint, because you know it's not for you. You know what's for you, and you know what you want. But anyway, as I was looking for this at this blueprint or story that I had told myself, I realized that these are not even things I actually want. Some of them are things I want, but most of them are not even things I want. I've said this before. I started my company because I wanted to use it to inspire people through pushing the boundaries and the limits in my own life. My hope is to inspire other people to do the same in their own lives. So I'd rather someone comes up to me and says, Joanna, you inspired me to start my own business, and now I'm, you know, it's doing well and I'm self-sufficient, you know, as opposed to someone coming and saying, oh, I saw you on this interview, wow, you know. I prefer someone to be inspired to make change in their own life. So just sitting down and making that realization for myself, it just lifted this weight, you know. I just felt like, you know. And then also, actually, I realized that blueprints can have timelines, because I could want all these things, but god damn it, I'm only 24. I'm only 24 years old. You know, I have so much time to become this power woman with a power suit and an office with employees, because some of those things are genuinely things that I want. But right now I'm 24 and my business is barely 4 months old. So I realized that there are also timelines when it comes to blueprints, and you again have to be honest with yourself about those timelines. If I was 4 years into my business, or 5 years into my business, or 10 years into my business, then these are things that I can actually want at that point in time. But right now I'm 24 years old, my business is 4 months old. There's no way that I can expect you know, to have an office full of employees who I have a great relationship with and I'm respected. You know, timelines also, again, you have to be quite honest with yourself in terms of timelines. So even if you've set yourself a goal of losing 10 kgs, don't feel bad about it now, because there's no way you're gonna wake up tomorrow and have lost 10 kgs. So be honest with yourself and say, I'm giving myself 1 year, 2 years, timelines. And then there's also something that's been making me feel quite inadequate, which is the fact that society, or just other people and everyone, says that entrepreneurs are supposed to be working 24/7. You're not supposed to sleep, especially in your first year of business. You're not supposed to sleep. You're not supposed to, as in, you're just supposed to be working constantly all the time. And then what I realized is, in my particular business, I tend to have a lot of free time. So of late I've been feeling like, Joanna, you're really not doing enough. You're not a real entrepreneur. You're sleeping at 9 and you have a lot of free time, you know, like, what the hell, you know, you're not doing. So again, I was feeling, that was one of the reasons I was feeling unhappy. But then I sat down and I said, you can't have this story. This is not everyone's story, you know, that as an entrepreneur you have to work 24/7. Can I do more? Yes, of course. Again, I have to be really honest with myself that right now I'm not doing enough. That free time I have, I could definitely find things to fill up that free time with that could improve my business. But I cannot beat myself up because of that story or that blueprint that I have, that I should be working non-stop because other entrepreneurs have worked non-stop. You know, I think you also have to realize you're unique and your business is unique, and how you want to run your business is unique. So you have to have your own blueprint for success. I've never even wanted to be those entrepreneurs who work 24/7, and maybe that will come in future and I'll have to, but right now I'm just telling myself, your business is different. You know, you have free time. Can you do more? Yes, you can. But even if you have free time, take it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna end there because I've talked a lot. As you guys can see, I'm really passionate about personal development, and I want to be doing more videos like these where I share with you guys something that has really struck me, and I want to share in case it inspires you guys to start your own personal development journey or keep going in your own personal development journey. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna leave a link to that video in the description box down below so you can watch it. And I've actually had this theory proposed in different books and podcasts, just in a different way. Like there's a book by Brian Tracy on self-discipline. I think it's called No Excuses, The Power of Self-Discipline, and he actually talks about this as well, just in a different way. So it's not a new concept, but it's Tony Robbins, I found, really simplified it. So yeah, I hope this video has been helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you want more of these kind of videos. I didn't think my channel would morph into this, you know, like beauty, lifestyle, and a little food for the soul, food for the mind, but I like it. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you like it too, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.